Yo, what's good YouTube? This is gonna be a quick Kyoshi guide. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm gonna try to keep it short as I can. I haven't played Kyoshi since the game came out. I haven't been grinding her as much the last couple days. I've been focusing on Avatar Aang a lot more. There's a lot of like different opinions about where she stands as far as tier list placement. A lot of people are saying she's top 3, and then people that have played the game a little bit longer, like the playtesters, are saying that she might be one of the worst characters in the game. She's bottom 3, and I personally think that the character is somewhere in the middle. I think she's pretty strong. I think she has some glaring weaknesses though, like some very bad things that hold her back, and not in like a bad way, for sure in a bad way, but like not in a bad way as far as character design. Like I think she needs these weaknesses or she would just run the game. But some of her strengths are she has amazing buttons like her 5L and her 2L. Like those buttons are just godlike. Like this isn't a low, but it just has so much range to just check people or take your turn back. And yeah, 7 frames, so like you just, if somebody does something, you just, alright, take my turn back. And I got so used to just doing that, so when I was playing Avatar, I'm like, yo, where's my button? Like, I can't reach you, like, I need my turn back. And then this is just such a good button because in a game where it's hard to reactively anti-air people, like, you have to kind of almost predict it, like, instant air throw, or use, like, if you have, like, a slower button, like playing Avatar Aang. I just use Avatar Aang as an example because that's the character I'm also grinding most. You had to like kind of preemptively throw out this for like far jump ins or like closer jump ins. You had to preemptively throw this out and make sure it's spaced. And Kyoshi doesn't have to worry about that because she just presses jab. Now, if you look at the hitbox on Aang's jab, it's not terrible. But when we go back to Kyoshi, and you look at this jab, it's like it's an insane difference. Like, and then she has a follow-up to it, like it's just an insane difference, and that's why it's just so good because you can react to jump-ins and then get you a full combo punish. And she has amazing damage, which is her next strength. She has amazing damage, so like even off of jabs, a lot of characters have to spend like EX, like their meter, to be able to convert and do like 35%, 30%, 40%. Kyoshi, she's consistently getting 35% off of a jab. Bad starters with bad combos, you're getting like 28%, 30%, but like it's not like you're working hard for it. Like, oops, I have that. Like, I wasn't even anywhere near optimal. I just did some random stuff, just pressing buttons, and I got 24%. I'll show combos later, but I was just showing like you can just press buttons on this character and you'll just start doing damage even off of a jab. And having this as one of your buttons, just like, yeah, a lot of times you're gonna get a medium starter into a reset, which then is gonna net you even bigger damage based on like how you play the situation after the reset. She has hyper armor on that move, which is good for just getting people off of you, round closers, because you're able to combo off of it. Oops. We gotta be closer, but like if you're closer to the corner, you can get big damaging combos off of it. I'll show combos later, but yeah, you just follow up with that. And it's amazing combos. She has throw combos, so mid-screen, or like meterless, I mean, you can get OTGs with that, or you just leave them on the ground and see what they do on Oki. In the corner, you can EX that and you get insane combos. If you can reach the corner, you can do mad damage. And mid-screen, if you do this, you can get a couple extra hits in the air. She has good supports. I personally like using the one where I can cancel her quarter circle back with flow and do different mix-ups and block strings, or just like in neutral, being able to move around a little bit more free, because it's one of her weaknesses. And also she has a geek super, so once the screen flash goes off, there's nothing you can do about it. You can no longer jump. So if you're not already in the air when I do this, then it's bad for you. Like, you just got grabbed and it does a good amount of damage, so it's really good for closing rounds out. It's a hard knockdown. It's also good for just getting people off of you in stressful situations where you don't want to use your guard reversal all the time, or you flow reversal, you can't time it right. You're in situations where you can't get the flow reversal right, they're baiting it or whatever. And you're just like, okay, YOLO, like let me just throw it out. And yeah, a lot of times it'll hit because people aren't baiting it. She has some weaknesses, and one of them is that she's slow. So like aside from that, which it seems good and it is good, but it's really good when you're already touching someone's block and you're doing things like that, and that's when it's really strong. But just using this in neutral to try to get in, a lot of times you're just gonna get checked. You're gonna get a fireball or some type of projectile thrown at you. You're gonna get anti-aired. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with just trying to use this in neutral, but it is an option. But aside from that, like her regular dash, it takes some time to start up, so you're just gonna get checked trying to just dash it at people, or you're just gonna run into a projectile. So people that are playing lame against you, you're forced to do things like this, try to bait their button out. Oops. Trying to just use your big buttons to get as close as possible, so you can start using your big buttons. Try to, if they're in the air, playing around the air, doing things like that, just spinning to get through the projectile and trying to force your way in is efficient as possible. But she is susceptible to getting zoned out and played lame against. Another weakness is she only has one low, so it's a very good low, and you can get combos off of it at a lot of ranges. And even then, if you can't get a full combo off of it, you can always at least do that. I don't want that. Into something basic and still get some good damage. So yeah, the fact that she only has one low, she's very susceptible to down flow. So if you're ever in a block string, you see her do light medium, then there's nothing really she can do to check your down flow. She has to do something fake that, and then see what you're doing. If you're down flowing or like keep pressuring after, and a lot of times if you're like switching between down flowing, not down flowing, you can just end up pressing on her as soon as you see this. But then she has mind games, she can follow it up and get a full combo for you pressing. It's just she has to play mind games with her on your block a lot more, because she only has one low and she can't just check down flow. But with that being said, she has things like this. She can instantly just grab you. She can instantly just overhead you. Crouching, she can do that, instant overhead you. Crouching, she can go and cross you up with that move. So she has options to make sure you stay still and you respect her pressure, but she's also good at making you want to flow because of things like this. So she might check if you're flowing by doing something like that. If you're flowing, it's full combo. But yeah, I think that all besides the grab loses to a well-timed down flow. So that's why she's really good, but in some aspects, but down flow being a thing kind of hurts her a lot in her pressure. And then the last one is she's just big, so she can be fuzzy. And Koro's game plan in neutral is to be more so a wall and stop the base gameplay that everybody likes to go for, is just jump and then do their strong aerial option into a full combo. A lot of characters are just like Azula, for example, they just jump in the air, dash, JC, and that's their whole game plan. They just do that over and over throughout the game, and a lot of times they just win because the button is so good and anti-airs are hard to come by in this game. Like it's not like there's no anti-airs, it's just a lot of the anti-airs are situational. So having a jab this good, or even just having an armored move, it's so good because you just stop a lot of people's game plan. A lot of people's game plan just go in the air, press my button, win neutral, and she just shuts that down. Her and Toph are really good at just shutting that type of gameplay down and forcing you to play more grounded. And when you force the player to play more grounded, you have this low, which is really good. And yeah, you're just using your big buttons to check people's movement, and Also, just moving around the screen as much as you can, as fast as or like as efficiently as you can, to make sure when you do throw your button out, you're not throwing it out in a way where you're just gonna instantly get punished. Also utilizing her resets, like, oops, like anytime you hit one of these into like whatever, like the jump light, down light, grab, just utilizing her resets to make your opponent scared of your pressure. So in neutral, I find myself using a lot of back heavy, just because it moves her back, and look, if you see the hitbox, it is huge. So I use a lot of different, like in between, in like the mid range, I use a lot of back heavy or medium. And then if you are anti-ing them a lot, then you can throw in like crouch mediums a lot more. But a lot of people in this game, they like to jump, so going for that sometimes is just death. So I kind of try to use it sparingly. It's a really good move, but just how jump heavy people are in this game, sometimes it's just insta death. So I like to use a lot more back medium because it moves her back and it's such a good hitbox. And then medium because of the range on it, and then medium you can pull them in for a reset depending on spacing. And then of course jab and 2L, or her light and her 2L, because they're just amazing buttons. And then we have combos. So one thing about my playstyle with Kyoshi is I go for a lot more resets than some other Kyoshis do. So these are just showcasing all the combos that I do use when I do get certain hits, like a far 2M, or like a air throw, because I do a lot of throws and a lot of resets. So air throw combos, or just regular throw combos, and it's just typical stuff that I use. If you're looking for other combos, you can go find a lot more combos on Twitter, but these are just the basic BNBs and things that I use. So if you made it in the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And have an Avatar Aang video coming out soon. Live every day, or almost every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/collapse. Just grinding this game. And yeah, if you need somebody to watch, pop out, set us up.